My dear friends, I am Dr. Omkar Prasad Vaidya. Today I will be discussing how to prevent cirrhosis of liver, or what are the preventive measures so as to prevent cirrhosis of liver. Or another question, whether is it possible to prevent cirrhosis of liver or not. Now before starting the various preventive measures, we should discuss about what is cirrhosis. Cirrhosis simply means scarring of the liver or scar formation in the liver, which is made up of hepatocytes. Now liver, which is a structure, one of the important and biggest structure of the human body, organ of the human body, it has lots of functions, and like vitamin deposition, detoxifying, metabolic function, conjugation function, production of albumin, detoxifying and storage of heavy metal. It plays important role in carbohydrate, fat metabolism, protein metabolism, and so on. Now in case of cirrhosis of liver, the normal function of the liver is damaged, or liver tissue made up of hepatocytes are damaged. This is because of irreversible permanent damage to the liver, and the normal hepatocyte is replaced by scars or fibrosis or fibrous tissue, and also known as sclerosis. So it may be because of various toxins, hepatotoxins, or it may be because of alcohol, because of chronic stage of fatty liver, because of non-alcoholic fatty liver, or because of hepatitis B, C infection, and so on. Now this cirrhosis, if it is not treated or prevented or diagnosed at early stage, and it may remain undiagnosed for longer time, then it may lead to hepatocellular carcinoma and various complications of like liver failure. It may lead to end-stage liver disease, and which is the most common indication for liver transplantation. So cirrhosis, if it is not prevented in right moment, it may lead to hepatocellular carcinoma, liver failure, end-stage liver failure, and which may need liver transplantation. So there are various risk factors of cirrhosis of liver, like alcoholism, then hepatitis B, C virus infection, even hepatitis D infection, then some autoimmune hepatitis, then hemochromatosis, copper toxicity, also known as Wilson disease, then biliary tract disease like primary biliary cirrhosis or sclerosing cholangitis. Beside that, fatty liver, also known as non-alcoholic fatty liver, then diabetes, hypertension, hypercholesterolemia, all those things also may lead to cirrhosis of liver. So since prevention is always better than cure, so it is important to about the knowledge of the risk factors and how to prevent the progression of cirrhosis of liver and how to prevent the risk of getting cirrhosis of liver in future. That's why today's topic we are going to discuss how to prevent cirrhosis of liver, so that we can prevent the further complication of cirrhosis into hepatocellular carcinoma or end-stage liver disease, which may be requiring long stage of liver failure leading to liver transplantation. So what I mean to say is that as prevention is always better than cure, it is always advisable to prevent cirrhosis, and we have to must know how to prevent cirrhosis of liver by taking various measures. And knowledge of the risk factors is also very important, as knowing the risk factors we can cut down the modifiable risk factors, and thus we can lead to the prevention of the disease. So today we will discuss about the preventive measures so as to prevent the cirrhosis of liver. So number one important preventive measure is alcoholism, cutting down of alcoholism, or prevention of alcoholism, or avoidance of alcoholism. Now alcohol is one of the important toxic substance or toxin or chemical that is handled by the liver. Liver is responsible for alcohol metabolism, and alcohol, also known as ethanol, is broken down into acetaldehyde which is one of the important toxic substance and responsible for liver injury. Now, alcoholism may lead to a stage of fatty liver, and if it is not handled in proper way, may lead to a stage of cirrhosis or irreversible permanent damage to the liver cell, leading to the hepatocellular failure. That's why it is always advised to cut down the alcoholism at any stage when the liver problem are detected. And those who wants to prevent the liver disease, chronic liver disease or cirrhosis, they should always avoid alcoholism. Or if they want to take also, they should confine to the mild to moderate drinking, because heavy and toxic dose drinking or heavy dose of alcohol may always leads to development of fatty liver in future, which may have high chance of going into a stage of cirrhosis of liver. Thus, one of the important measures is to avoid alcoholism. And for those patients who are diagnosed cirrhosis, at any stage they are diagnosed, the first thing is to stop alcoholism, provided they are taking alcohol. So stopping of alcohol or avoidance of alcohol is one of the important preventive measures, so as to prevent the risk of getting cirrhosis as well as to prevent the progression of the disease of the cirrhosis. Second important preventive measure is proper diet, nutritious diet and healthy diet. So what do you mean by healthy diet? Healthy diet here means diet, Mediterranean diet, which is rich in fruits and vegetables, low fat, low saturated fat, lean protein, avoidance of fried foods, oily foods, and also low calorie diet. So this is Mediterranean diet, and Mediterranean diet is very much good for prevention of cirrhosis of liver, and not only for cirrhosis, various cardiovascular illness, prevention of various cancers and so on. So Mediterranean diet or diet rich in fruits and vegetables, low carb, low sugary food, low fat, low cholesterol, avoidance of fried foods, and diet rich in fibers, high amount of vegetables and fruits are always beneficial for prevention of cirrhosis. And Western diet, that is junk foods, fried foods, fatty foods, oily foods, and diet rich in red meats, animal meats, then high carb diet, animal protein meats, and low fruits and vegetables increase the risk of cirrhosis of liver. So we should always resort to, or we should always take Mediterranean diet or diet rich in fruits and vegetables, low fat, low saturated fat, low animal fat diet, so as to prevent us from future cirrhosis. Not only cirrhosis, it prevents us from various diseases like cardiovascular illness, prevents cancers, and also promotes good brain health. Another preventive method is to cut down obesity. Now, obesity is one of the important risk factors for cirrhosis, because it can lead to development of non-alcoholic fatty liver, which may lead to non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, and which may progress to cirrhosis of liver if it is not prevented at certain stages. Thus, what I mean to say is that obesity may be important risk factor for non-alcoholic fatty liver, and which may lead to cirrhosis of liver. And actually obesity is associated with hypertension, it is associated with diabetes, high blood sugar level, then high cholesterol level, and which may promote deposition of fats in the liver and increase the risk of getting fatty liver, which may progress to cirrhosis of liver in future. So what I mean to say is that it is always better to prevent obesity by doing regular exercise, dietary intervention, taking medication, and for those whose BMI is very high, more than 40, morbid obesity, they can go for medication like Orlistat, Sibutramine, or go for bariatric surgery, so as to prevent the risk of obesity. Another important preventive measure is to avoidance of sharing of needles and unprotected sex. Now, sharing of needles, especially drug abuse, those are drug abuse or taking intravenous drug or intravenous drug abusers, they are prone to develop hepatitis B and C infection, because hepatitis B and C infection may spread via intravenous sharing needles. because this hepatitis B and C virus and D virus also spread via blood products. So it's a blood-borne disease and can be transmitted via blood. So we should very much cautious while sharing needles as well as doing unprotected sex, because unprotected sex also increase the risk of transmission of hepatitis B and C from one person to another. And this hepatitis B and C is one of the important infection and very much common risk factor which can lead to cirrhosis of liver, and it may also lead to hepatocellular carcinoma in future. So we have to prevent the transmission of hepatitis C, B as well as D. So hepatitis B, C, D virus, we have to prevent it from transmission, or we should prevent ourselves from getting infected by avoiding sharing of needles. It is always better to avoid the drug abuse and avoid intravenous sharing of needles and unprotected sex, and always when person is undergoing hemodialysis and blood transfusion, the blood before transfusion must be matched and checked for any blood-borne disease like malaria, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, HIV and so on. Hepatitis B, C can also be transmitted via blood transfusion, or it can be common among hemodialysis patients also. So those patients undergoing repeated blood transfusion because of some situation like thalassemia, they should be always checked for hepatitis B and C, and we should treat them. And if they are found hepatitis B and C positive, we should treat them in sincere mode so that the risk of getting future cirrhosis and hepatocellular carcinoma can be prevented. Because hepatitis B and C is they are common risk factors for development of cirrhosis in future. So another important preventive measure is to prevention of transmission of hepatitis B and C by avoidance of sharing needles and prevention of unprotected sex. Another important preventive measure is to control type 2 diabetes mellitus. So for those subjects who are suffering from, or those patients who are suffering from diabetes mellitus or type 2 diabetes mellitus, for them it is always advisable to control their blood sugar level in strict mode. This is because uncontrolled diabetes mellitus may lead to various macrovascular, microvascular and metabolic syndrome like hypercholesterolemia, and it may lead to the increase in the blood lipid count, or blood lipid profile will be increased in case of diabetic patient if there is uncontrolled diabetes, and which may lead to deposition of fats in the liver leading to fatty liver, and fatty liver it leads to non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, which if persists for longer time may lead to cirrhosis of liver. So one of the important risk factor is diabetes also, because diabetes may lead to, especially uncontrolled type 2 diabetes may lead to non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, which may ultimately proceed to a stage of cirrhosis of liver. So if we can cut down the diabetes, or can control diabetes, or we can lower down the blood sugar level, we can control the future risk of getting cirrhosis of liver. Another important preventive measure is to control our blood pressure. Now blood pressure is another important risk factor for so many conditions like stroke and diabetic complication. It can also leads to heart attack, cerebrovascular accident and so on, hypertensive retinopathy, kidney problem and so on. It has been found that controlling hypertension can be also leads to prevention of cirrhosis of liver, because hypertension may be associated with obesity, it may be associated with metabolic syndrome, hypercholesterolemia and so on, and hypertension prevention or control of hypertension can be one of the important preventive measures for controlling cirrhosis of liver. Another important preventive measure is to control our lipid profile, or to control our hypercholesterolemia, or to lower our cholesterol level in case the person or individual is having high cholesterol level. So we have to treat dyslipidemia. So what is dyslipidemia? When the lipid profile or cholesterol count of our blood, it may include LDL, HDL, then total cholesterol, triglyceride, all those things involves or forms the lipid profile. Now if lipid profile of a particular person is very much high, or cholesterol count is very much high, then he has a chance of development of fatty liver, that is called non-alcoholic fatty liver or non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, which may further progress to a stage of cirrhosis if it is not preventable. fatty liver can be prevented, or it is a reversible disease. So we can cut down the, or we can normalize the cholesterol level in blood by taking medications or lifestyle changes or doing regular exercise, and thus we can prevent the high cholesterol level in our blood and prevent the non-alcoholic fatty liver or steatohepatitis, which can proceed to the stage of cirrhosis in future. So we must control our dyslipidemia or high cholesterol level by taking medication like statins, atorvastatin, simvastatin, rosuvastatin. These are various statin group of drugs which prevent cholesterol reabsorption and also decrease hepatic synthesis of cholesterol. So it is very much good drug which can prevent against dyslipidemia or high cholesterol level. Besides dietary changes, regular exercise, and taking less amount of trans fat or saturated fat can also lower down the risk of suffering from cirrhosis in future. Another important risk factor is to protect ourselves from hepatitis B and C infection. Now, I already discussed that hepatitis B, C and D infection can lead to cirrhosis of liver in future. They not only convert the hepatocellular damage in cirrhosis, it can convert into future hepatocellular carcinoma also. So handling of proper hepatitis B, C is very much important. So proper vaccination against hepatitis B for those who are social worker, medical worker, doctors, those who are exposed to hepatitis B and C patients on regular basis, they must take hepatitis B vaccination. And if they are found hepatitis B, C, we should treat them. Doctors and physicians must handle them hepatitis B and C infection with antiviral therapy or antiviral drugs, so as to decrease the complication of the disease, and if possible to 100% cure the disease. So we should cure the disease, we should stop transmission of the hepatitis B, C, as well as we should go for vaccination, direct treatment, medication, so as to prevent the hepatitis B, C transmission. Another important preventive measure is to getting vaccinated against hepatitis B. So hepatitis B virus, it has vaccination, so we can go for hepatitis B virus vaccination. But hepatitis C virus, it don't have vaccination still now. So it is always better advisable to take the precaution such as getting vaccinated against hepatitis B virus, and it is one of the leading cause of cirrhosis in liver disease patients. Now, according to some studies, taking 2 cups of coffee per day lower down the risk of getting cirrhosis of liver in future. So we should add at least 2 to 3 cups of coffee per day, and as it has been found that coffee contains some certain chemicals which has found to be very much effective in prevention of chronic liver disease as well as cirrhosis of liver. So we should add at least 2 to 3 cups of coffee per day to prevent the development of cirrhosis of liver or liver problem patients, in liver problem patients. Besides, there is another important preventive measure or drug therapy, that is intake of statins. Now statins, after some age, elderly age, where the patient has been found to have dyslipidemia or high cholesterol level, they can be provided with statins, because statins lower down the risk of suffering from fatty liver, because it prevents cholesterol reabsorption, cholesterol synthesis by liver, hepatic synthesis of cholesterol, and thus it lower down the blood cholesterol level. So statins can prevent against fatty liver, and it also prevents cirrhosis. So those persons who are suffering from hypercholesterolemia or dyslipidemia or abnormal lipid profile, they can take statins so as to prevent the future risk of liver disease or fatty liver as well as cirrhosis of liver. Now, especially those subjects or patients or individuals or people who are living in an area which are very much high, which are having very much high incidence of hepatitis B, C, they must do regular screening of the hepatitis B, C virus as well as screening for cirrhosis of liver. This is because those patients who are in a hepatitis B, C endemic zone or area where there is high risk of or higher incidence of hepatitis B, C infection, they must take special precautions they can take vaccination, or they should screen for hepatitis B, C virus in their blood. Time to time viral load can be checked. They can check for the antibodies developed against the hepatitis B, C virus. At the same time, they can also screen the development of cirrhosis of liver. So they can screen for cirrhosis of liver so as to detect it at early stage, and thus the risk of complication, the progression of the disease can be prevented. So screening for those subjects who are living in a hepatitis B, C prone area is very much essential preventive measure so as to detect the cirrhosis of liver at early stage, so as to prevent the development of cirrhosis of liver also, and at the same time so as to decrease the risk of developing of cirrhosis. Besides, it is always advisable to avoid non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, because these drugs are metabolized in the liver and can elevate the liver enzymes and can be hepatotoxic. So it is always advised to avoid excessive amount of intake of non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, as they increase the risk of various hepatotoxics. Even some drugs like paracetamol, if we taken in huge amount, it may leads to toxic damage to the liver, because liver has to handle the paracetamol for its metabolism, and that's why excessive amount of analgesics like paracetamol or NSAIDs can be damaging effect on the liver. So if you want to prevent chronic liver disease, or to prevent the injury to the liver or liver failure or cirrhosis, we should avoid excess and intake of NSAIDs and analgesic like paracetamol and all other drugs related to it. Besides, we can also advise to take low sodium diet, because low sodium diet can prevent the development of edema, then ascites in various patients. So we should resort to take low sodium diet or avoid high sodium diet. High sodium may increase the risk of pediledema, ascites, and may complicate the cirrhosis of liver. So low sodium diet may be very much good. At the same time, it also lowers down the risk of hypertension, and it also lowers down the portal hypertension and may prevent the complication of cirrhosis of liver. Another important preventive measure is to do regular exercise. Now, exercise has so many important benefits on our human body. It prevents cardiovascular risk factors, it prevents heart attack, it prevents stroke, it prevents hypercholesterolemia, it relaxes our mind, it relieves us from stress, it relieves various cancers, it also good for our brain, it also boosts our immunity. So it has so many important good effects on our human body. Exercise has also found to be very much effective in prevention of cirrhosis of liver. This is because regular exercise lower down the glucose level. It prevents the development of hypertension. It prevents the development of hypercholesterolemia. It also prevents the development of obesity and keeps our weight in normal, healthy range. At the same time, it also boosts our immunity. And it also normalizes the blood supply to the liver and various other organs. So all these functions are very much important, and thus by doing this, it can prevent the development of cirrhosis of liver and can prevent the fatty liver. Regular exercise at least 30 to 45 minutes per day has a good effect on our cardiovascular system. It can lower down the cholesterol level, and thus it can prevent fatty liver, which can proceed to cirrhosis, and thus by doing that we can lower down the risk of development of cirrhosis of liver. Last important preventive measure for development of cirrhosis of liver is to avoidance of hepatotoxic drugs. Now various drugs like methotrexate, isoniazid, then paracetamol, then NSAIDs, they are found to be harmful for liver, because these are very much toxins to the liver. They elevate the liver enzymes and cause liver injury. And even alcohol is a drug, toxic, which may cause liver injury. So alcohol related substance, beer, rum, then red wine, all those things contain various high level of alcohol. So we should avoid alcohol and other hepatotoxic drugs, or those drugs which cause damage to the liver, so as to prevent future risk of getting cirrhosis of liver. So these are the various preventive methods or preventive measures by which we can control the development of cirrhosis of liver in future. So of this, most important is avoidance of alcoholism, to have proper diet, to avoid hepatotoxic drugs, to prevent hepatitis B, C infection, to get vaccinated, to prevent sharing of needles and unprotected sex, to prevent transmission or to get infected, control hypertension, control diabetes, control hyperlipidemia, hypercholesterolemia, and various other complications. Besides, we must resort to taking statins because it lowers down the risk of fatty liver and which may proceed to development of cirrhosis in future. So these are the various preventive methods, and we all know prevention is always better than cure. So if proper preventive measures are followed in regular manner, we can surely control the prevention of cirrhosis of liver in most of the cases. Thank you very much.